Hello and welcome to our virtual open evening for the Coleshill School. My name is Ian Smith-Childs and I am the head teacher. I'm very proud to welcome you to our school and share with you our school vision, some of our successes, and to give you a real flavour for our school. I know some of you are booked to come to open morning next week, and so we look forward to welcoming you into school. So those of you that have heard me speak before won't be surprised by this slide. This is really sharing our school vision with three very simple things that we've tried to do for your child and we believe gives them the best education possible. The first one is outstanding learning and teaching. This isn't about a whistle-blow lesson at the end of a Wednesday afternoon or some fabulous, fantastic one-off activity. It's about really good learning and teaching every lesson, every day. We have a really strong curriculum and a really strong curriculum vision, and we have excellent teachers in every department of the school. The teaching in the school is fantastic. We are absolutely fully staffed in all of our areas, and we're very proud of our teachers. High expectations is one of our key drivers in school. We have really high expectations of your children in everything that they do, whether that be their uniform or whether it be their behaviour or their learning lessons or just trying to achieve their very, very best. That's really, really important to us. And also we have a culture of success. We believe in celebrating children's success, whatever that may be. Not all children are the same. I've got 3 children myself in year 8, year 11 and year 13. So I'm very much aware of how different children can be, but actually we need to celebrate their successes. And you can see the quote there from our Ofsted report from 2020 talking about how we have very high expectations for our school. On this slide you can see the journey of our students. We try to work with our students to be the best Coleshill learner that they can, and that Coleshill learner wheel you will see on the front of all of their exercise books and around the school, and it encapsulates our key learning behaviours that we try to support with our students. So spirit, self-management, perseverance, innovation, reflection, independence and teamwork. These are the skills that we believe our children need to learn as they go through the school. And you can see on this learning journey how they move from coming in with from year 6 into year 7, some of the PSHE that they'll be doing, moving all the way through their GCSEs, their BTECs, and then all the way through to post 16, whether that's in our 6th form or at college or in an apprenticeship. They're developing those skills as they go through, and we begin that journey from really the minute they arrive in year 7. So it's all about learning and teaching. It has to be all about learning and teaching and ensuring that the students get the very best deal that they can. As I've said, we've got some fantastic teachers, but we work really, really hard on our curriculum. We're very proud of the way in which we work on our curriculum to ensure that students get the best deal they can. And here you can see students enjoying themselves in a variety of lessons. So we have a knowledge engaged curriculum. We're part of the Arthur Terry Learning Partnership, which is a very successful multi-academy trust, and we work together to develop our curriculum. We have a knowledge engaged curriculum, and that means that our curriculum is a mix of knowledge and of skills, and we work very hard with something called cognitive science, which is really thinking carefully about the way in which children learn. And that cognitive science drives what we do. So you'll see in the top left hand corner there about retrieval practice. That's teaching children the ability to recall so that they can know more, but also so they can remember more. We want your child's education to transform their life chances, and it's really important that we make sure that our curriculum is built to do that, to develop their knowledge and their skills, but also to develop them as an independent learner and to ensure they contribute positively to society, that we're developing citizens for the 21st century. We believe we have a personalised curriculum for all students, so we work really hard, and I'm going to talk to you about the phase structure in a minute, to work out what children have already done when they're in primary school. We actually have built our Key Stage 3 curriculum across year 7 and year 8 with primary school leaders from across our mat. So we know the sorts of activities and topics the children are doing in primary school, and we then build our curriculum from that to ensure that as they join us, there's no lost learning. Clearly that's become more difficult with the coronavirus, and therefore there have been gaps in learning, and so part of our curriculum has to be around recovery as well, but we're working really hard to ensure that children can continue to make really good progress from the minute they arrive. We use things like knowledge organisers. This is an example of a knowledge organiser, you can see from history, to help the children gather their knowledge and organise themselves, so again that they can know more and remember more. The importance of literacy has never been greater than it is now for our children. We know coming out of the coronavirus pandemic this is an even greater issue than it was before, and so our literacy strategy is comprehensive and ensures that children are supported to improve in their reading, their writing and their oracy, their speaking and listening. We have Accelerated Reader for students in Year 7 and 8, and that means that they're able to take books out from the library that we know are age appropriate, that are coded to make sure they're at exactly the right level. All of our children are tested for their reading age regularly, and we look at those tests to establish students who need extra support. The Accelerated Literacy Programme then allows children to take a book out that's age appropriate, read it, test themselves on it, and then get the next book to help them keep moving on. Reading is such an important thing for our children, and we really want to promote that. We have reading recovery groups for children who are struggling with their reading, and we've had some incredible progress with that with some of our Year 7s and 8s, with students increasing by weeks and even months at a time. We also have a big focus on writing across the whole school, with writing structures being used and developed, as well as writing for fun in some of our extracurricular clubs, such as the Carnegie Book Award. We also have various different activities to support oracy, such as through tutor time in our discussion and also through debate mate. All of our children read in tutor time with their tutors twice a week. They have a set text that they read as a tutor group, and the tutor reads with them and also puts the reading book on the visualizer so they can explore key vocabulary, and this has been really successful. We have a focus on literacy in all subjects, whatever that subject might be, and we have a vibrant and very well resourced library. So we've talked about developing the Coleshill learner. You can see that quote on the bottom from Ofsted, which is a really important quote, because what it's talking about is how we as a school put a lot of effort into our wider development of the students and into thinking about how students learn and the way in which they learn, and to get students to understand that actually just learning the knowledge will never be enough. We have to learn the skills as well, and we have to learn how to be an effective learner. So we put a lot of effort into that, and we try to give the students a lot of opportunities to do so. We have incredibly high expectations of both our staff and our students and the whole school community. And for our students, this means developing the routines and learning behaviours of being a Coleshill learner. We've talked about these before. We try to ensure that they become routine, and we use the language of the Coleshill learner when speaking to students about their learning behaviours. In our phase structure, we have rigorous data analysis to ensure that we can intervene to support students when they need support to meet our high expectations. We believe in 100% support, but also 100% accountability, that students are accountable for their actions and accountable for their learning behaviours, and it's our job to support them to do their very best. We have a phase structure, so the way in which our school pastoral system works is that we have phases. So phase 1, which I'll go into in more detail in a moment, is around year 6, 7 and 8. Phase 2 is year 9 and 10, and phase 3 is 11, 12 and 13. So in phase 1, we're talking about the start to school. We're talking about the transition and the foundations into school. But in phase 2, we're moving then towards the foundations of learning for GCSE and for BTEC, and beginning to think about careers. And in phase 3, we're in year 11, the final year of GCSE and BTEC, and the beginning potentially of the journey into post 16 that takes us through to year 13. As you can see from this diagram, there are a lot of people involved in our phase structure to support the students and make sure they can get their very best. Every phase has its own head of phase, its own phase leader, non-teaching year leaders, and you can see there are a range of other staff who are in various roles to support this whole process. But your child will be coming into phase 1, and phase 1 is year 6, 7 and 8. And the reason it's 6, 7 and 8 is because we believe we need to start working with your child when they are in year 6 in preparation for them coming to us in year 7. You can see that in phase 1 you have Mr. Grove, who is an associate assistant head teacher and leads the whole phase as a senior leader. You also have Mr. Ward, who's a teacher, who is able to look at the whole phase, both 7 and 8, and also liaising with the transition lead, Miss Hall, around year 6. Miss Hall will be coming to visit you in your primary school and will be talking to you about how you can develop and the sorts of activities we'll be doing and getting you ready for transition. Miss Scattergood is a progress leader. Every phase has a progress leader to support with looking at students' progress and intervening when they need support in either small groups or even one-to-one. And you will also have a non-teaching year leader, and your non-teaching year leader will be dedicated to your year group and is there to support you with all of your pastoral needs. The most important person in school for you will be your tutor. Every year 7 will have a tutor and they will follow you through the school. And then finally, for those students who do have special educational needs, we have an exceptional SEND team led by SENCO to support you with all of your needs. We believe in a culture of success. This is very, very important to me. As I said earlier, I've got 3 children. They're all completely different. I've got a lad in year 13 who is hoping to go to university to study English language. I've got a daughter in year 11 who's not very academically able, but put her on a horse and she's fantastic. So that will be her success. So your child will have something that they are fantastic at, and we need to unlock that potential. So the culture of success could be absolutely anything from being fantastic at art to being the best mathematician that you can be. And this slide captures that. So on the top left, you can see students in their blue gowns. These students have graduated from Children's University. Children's University is a scheme which we use whereby students can use a little passport to get stamps for all of their various different activities that they do outside of the classroom, because we really believe that learning happens beyond the classroom as well. And all of these students have graduated with a gold certificate, and that means that they have completed over 100 hours of extracurricular activity. You can also see students picking up exam results and also students in our end of year award celebration. We feel it's really important to celebrate success as often as we can and for as many students as we can. We're very proud of our examination results. Clearly in the last 2 years we've had no examinations formally. This year we had teacher assessed grades, but the students did sit a range of assessments for those grades, and there was a rigorous moderation process throughout the school and also across our multi-academy trusts. Our results have improved year on year, and over the last 3 years several of our subjects have been above national average. Our number of students achieving a grade 4 in English and Maths rose from 80 to 85%, and our number of students achieving a 5 in English and Maths, which is seen as a good pass, has been above national average, and this year we achieved 50% in teacher assessed grades. We have exceptional BTEC results at both level 2 and level 3, and that reflects our broad and balanced curriculum where students can study a range of GCSEs or BTECs or GCSEs and BTECs, and that range enables them to achieve very well in the subjects that they want to do. So I can reassure you that as well as what I've talked about in terms of personal development, in terms of extracurricular, we are also academically rigorous and will ensure that your child achieves the best examination results that they can. Our sixth form is thriving. We have over 180 students in our sixth form this year, and our examination results have been going up, and then our teacher assessed grades this year reflect that continued improvement. We're very proud of our students. We're very proud of having an inclusive and varied sixth form where we have students studying at the very highest level, achieving we've got A stars in further maths. We've got students getting A stars and A's. We've got students applying to Oxbridge, but we've also got students who are doing incredibly well in applied subjects in BTEC level 3s. We have a football academy. We have a whole range of courses to suit your child, and we are developing and varying those courses every year. The sixth form is a very, very important part of our school because it means that your child can be with us for their whole school journey from year 7 all the way through to year 13. And when I talk to the children on their first day, I will talk about that, and I will talk about how they may be with us for 7 years, and it seems a very long way off, but with the child who has his 18th birthday next week, we all know it happens very, very quickly, and all of a sudden the children are getting into their post-16 courses. We're very proud of our work on careers and employability, and this ties into what I was talking about in terms of the Coleshill learner and personal development. We believe the students need to understand about careers and employability from year 7. Not to know exactly what they're going to be, although every now and again we do find a student who does know what they want to be. I spoke to a young man on the playground last week who tells me he wants to be an architect and gave me a whole range of subjects he feels he needs to study to do that. But more often than not, it's about students thinking about what they want to do in terms of their option process and pathways they may wish to take. So, led by Mrs. Bishop, our Careers and Information Advice Lead, we're very proud to be nationally awarded the Careers Mark, which is national recognition. We're a regional leader for careers, and your child will be supported from the minute they arrive to the minute they leave us in terms of careers. I've talked a bit about extracurricular. I'm a drama teacher by trade, so there's always a school production whenever we can have one. We've not been able to have one, of course, for a couple of years, but we're in the process of putting together our school production for this year, which is going to be Aladdin, which we're really looking forward to. We are very, very sporty. It doesn't mean you have to be brilliant at sport, but we want you to get involved with sport. We've had Sports Mark Gold for the last 3 years. That means that every week in a normal school year, we have over 400 children doing extracurricular sport. We are a leading school in the area for sport. We do really, really well with our school teams. We have a wide variety of sports available, and we really enjoy children getting involved and trying out new sports. We've got music clubs, we've got art clubs, STEM club, writing club, and as I said, we have our drama production as well. So lots for your child to get involved. Trips and visits are a really important part of our school curriculum. We believe that students must learn beyond the classroom as well as in the classroom, and in order to do that we have lots and lots of trips and visits. Clearly through the pandemic we haven't been able to have them, but they're now beginning to come back. We have trips both regional, national and international. We regularly send trips to Paris, to Disneyland and Paris. We send Year 9 to Auschwitz, which is a really important trip for us. We have a Duke of Edinburgh scheme, which is very, very successful, over 150 students achieving their bronze Duke of Edinburgh. And you can see the other range of trips that we have there. Ensuring that your child feels safe is our #1 priority. I can tell the young people that are watching that the myth of children having their heads flushed down the loo is a myth. It's never happened. However, I'm not going to sit here and say that bullying never happens, because unfortunately in the world in which we live, bullying does happen sometime in schools and in society, both for children and for adults. What's important is what we do about it. Bullying is very rare in this school, and as you can see from the quote from our Ofsted report, we have a lot of mechanisms in place to support students. We have our Hope mentors, who are students who will talk to other students, so as we find this is often a way in which students are happier to speak to other students than adults about bullying. We have systems in place to ensure that we tackle it and we treat it very, very seriously, so you can be reassured that your child will be safe. We're lucky to have opened a new teaching block as the school's grown. So the school's grown by over 500 children in the last 5 years, and we now have around 1,230 children. So a new teaching block was opened in September 2020. It's a fantastic facility because what it enables us to have is 12 new classrooms. There's a new dining area, and actually, as you can see from the top floor of these classrooms, we have some retractable walls, and that means that we are able to have exam space, double teaching space, and do some quite exciting things. And it's just a sign of how we're working to upgrade our school piece by piece. We do have a large bus operation to get the children to and from school. There's a large number of our children who come by bus, both Warwickshire children coming from the surrounding villages and also children coming from Solihull and as far away as Castle Bromwich and Yardley. And there are buses to get to us from those areas. So we do have a situation where we look after the children on the buses. We load them very carefully at the end of the day when all the buses are coming at the same time, and we're also outside school to meet students as they come in the morning. We ask that local children do walk and cycle to school, but we ask that no child crosses the A446, as that is a busy dual carriageway and is not safe to cross. With regards to admissions, you can apply to us from any local authority, but you will need to check your local authority's website for any admissions information. They usually have a helpful admissions booklet. As we are a Warwickshire school, if you're not applying from Warwickshire local authority, you may need to look for a drop-down box to find our school, but our school should be listed there. Our planned admission number for 2022 is 210, and we have been subscribed over the last 3 years. If you want to have a look at our website, you'll be able to see our admissions policy, which has the criteria for where you may be placed if you're not in the catchment area. If you do have any questions, please do email us at openevening@thecoleshillschool.org. We will respond to you personally, but we are also going to set up a frequently asked questions, which we'll publish on our website should there be enough questions at the end of the week. If you're coming to Open Morning next week, at any point during the week, we look forward to welcoming you. We have a few slots left if anybody wishes to book on, but not many. And if you're not able to book on, we look forward to welcoming you at another time after half term. Please do now view the videos of the school, which will give you a really good flavour of our school, and we really look forward to welcoming your child. Thank you.